Hello, everybody. I am Kamala Aaron, and welcome to another episode of The Caribbean Immigrant, which is the podcast that talks the sweet, spicy, and sometimes uncomfortable truth about leaving crystal waters for concrete jungles. And the person who's pulling up to the Caribbean Immigrant today is someone who, in the Dominican context, needs really no introduction. She was Miss Dominica 1994. I can tell her everything that she was wearing, the whole entire show. Okay. My guest is Levie Beaupierre. Levie, great
Oh
to
my
have
God.
you. Thank you for
How
pulling
do
up
I
to the
come off
Caribbean Immigrant.
after that introduction? Hi, Kamala. Thank you for inviting me. Great show, by the way. I feel
Thank
very
you.
honored. I feel very
Thank you.
honored.
No, absolutely. This entire show is about understanding the immigrant journey of us as Caribbean people, and to pull the conversations that we have in our household behind closed doors and in our WhatsApp conversations and put them into the public space. Really, I think it's important for us to learn from each other, talk about the pitfalls and the successes and the struggles and
Yes,
all of it.
it
You
is.
know, I really think that I don't hear that. And when I come into the public space, I try to come from a point of view that, something that I'm not hearing. What are the conversations that I want to be involved in? What are the conversations that I want to hear? So I am happy to have you. Okay. So before we
Thank
get
you.
into your entire journey,
hmm
first of all, um, I always start the Caribbean Immigrant with 5 questions, rapid fire questions. Okay, so we're going to try to do it in as quick succession as possible. Let's see how fast you
hmm
can, because I found out that Caribbean people cannot do rapid fire. Okay, so let's go with the rapid fire questions. What is your all-time favorite memory of the Caribbean?
My favorite memory has to be back home in Dominica, growing up in Salisbury and just going to river. But back then, rivers were rivers,
Yeah.
Battley, yes, Battley was swinging, Makushri was swinging. I used to go there a lot. And it's for me, it was like being in a different world, just hearing the water flowing and just being free. It just felt transcendental, honestly.
Oh, yes. Love it. Okay. What's your favorite Caribbean saying?
My favorite Caribbean saying, I don't have one, Kamala.
Tell
Our
me.
language is too colorful. Mweni twa cut. Okay, let's see. Something, it depends on the time, the
Mhm.
time period. So
Okay.
maybe I'll use something or I'll hear something. So there was once we used to say, "Invince me." La
Yes.
cloche I come out. I mean, I didn't used to use it, like "invince me" in that way. It just
Right.
sounded good. So I just to spice up what I was saying, I would
Yes.
add that. And then when I spoke to the older people, they used to use "Shepa Cafe Chat" a lot, my
Yes.
mom. So I like that, "Shepa Cafe Chat."
Right.
And I also like "Wrong and Strong." You want, I don't know if you know them. I
Yes. In
remember we lived
Dominica, you
in
say, you
different
want to be wrong
places.
and strong
You
then.
want to be wrong and strong, or you wrong and strong? I made it just, it's better broken English, not you
Yes.
want to be wrong and strong. That's
Yes.
too proper. You wrong and strong?
You're wrong. and strong. You're right. Oh my God. Who has the best dialect? And give me your
Oh,
best impression.
duh. Dominica, in my
Dominica.
opinion. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I'm Dominican, as they say, to the bone.
To the
It's
bone.
Dominica for me because our language, like I don't know if I said it before, but it's juicy, it's
Mhm.
colorful. There's just something about the way we say things. So our dialect, sometimes it's not even English, it's not even Creole, it's a language in between. So when people say something like, "Oh dear, I glad for you,"
Yes.
or "Come never see come crazy,"
Yes.
or
Yes.
"Come see D," you know,
Yes.
"Mwen ashe mwen tape,"
Oh,
that
oh my
has to be,
God.
yeah. There's
Ashe
no other
Tape.
place.
Ashe
Uh-huh.
Tape is something
Yeah.
that I heard a lot about when
Oh.
I got pregnant. So when I would complain
Mhm.
about how I was feeling, my
Yeah.
husband would say, "Uashe utapi."
You see, but you're from Roseau, so I'm very surprised. Do you even speak Creole, Kamala?
Oh, come on,
Oh,
come
well, good.
on.
Okay, 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 okay. All
Padi
right.
Mosa, Padi Mosa.
Okay.
What is your favorite Caribbean song?
My favorite Caribbean song, as much as I like Caribbean music, I'm gonna have to be honest about that one.
Yes.
Again, I'm different. It's not one song. I like multiple songs, and they are from Dominica.
All
And
from
again,
Dominica.
all from Dominica.
Okay.
Seriously, Dominica for me has the best music, and I'm not
Mhm.
just saying that. It's what my ears like. So with me and music, it's about my mood at the time. So if I want something where I want to feel the music, then I go back to like maybe the 80s and 70s. And so I like singers like, they're family. I like Gordon Henderson,
Yes.
Paklabos. Oh, by the way, when God was giving talent, I
Yes.
thought I was multi-talented. Singing is not one of them. So I'm embarrassing myself here. Paplambooms. And then Linford John, 30
Mhm.
years later, I ended up liking that song. He did a song in St. Thomas um, for a Calypso show about 30 years ago. And he
Mhm.
won the crown twice. And it's something like, how'd you like it? How'd you like it? How'd you like it? That happens to be one of my favorite songs now since I
Oh,
got
really?
introduced to it. But if I want something energetic and I want
Yes.
something now more modern, oh my God, I love the Signal Band.
Signal,
Do you
signal.
know
Telling.
Signal?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a song called I'll Be There, too high. Even if it's me alone, I'll be there for you.
Oh.
Dominica has the best music. That bouillon genre, the new bouillon,
The new Bouillon. Yes,
you
yes.
cannot touch that.
It's hot. It's hot. Okay.
Hmm.
Who is your favorite Caribbean artist?
Like as in singing?
Mhm.
Yes, okay. Again, all the people, multiple people, but the one that will stand out for me is more or less Ophelia.
Ophelia,
I
okay.
like the fact, Ophelia, she's memorable to me
Mhm.
because back in the day, we didn't have that many female solo singers. And, a song of hers, Antien, I like that song
Mhm.
so much. In
Mhm.
fact, she's the only solo singer that I have gone to see live, perform live. When I was in Dominica back in for the jazz festival, I went to see her. So again, Dominica,
Yes.
Ophelia is one of my favorite people.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So now that we are done with the rapid fire, I want to get into
Mm,
your story. First of all, I want to start at the beginning. And just for our audience, Caribbean people, we are obsessed with beauty pageants, okay?
we are.
Obsessed. We love beauty pageants.
We
We
are.
do them every year. It's a huge deal in the Caribbean, many parts of other countries, but in the Caribbean, it's big. And the title winners become celebrities like almost instantaneously. As a matter of fact, even before you become a winner, the road to the throne is very interesting because people are talking, who's going up? Who is she? What give you your entire life story? Okay. So people become really celebrities, get celebrity status when they participate in the Miss Dominica competition.
Mhm.
And Levie, that let me just make it clear, happens to be in that exclusive group of winners. Winners, not just participants, but winners,
Winner.
crowned.
Winner.
Crowned, baby,
Yep,
crowned.
yep, yep.
So you became Miss Dominica in 1994, like I was, by the way. Okay, crowned people. Um, you became Miss Dominica in 1994.
Did you say like you were?
I was crowned in 1998. Thank you.
I
Yes, yes.
well, you see, we'll get to that later about
I was
past.
absolutely
We'll
Miss.
get to that. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh,
So yeah, we are part of that exclusive club. So
mhm.
you became Miss Dominica in 1994. Tell me what you remember about that.
Oh, that was. Let's just begin by saying that was one of the best decisions I have ever made. It's one of those memories that will stay with me forever. So when I became Miss Dominica, it really was a catalyst to so many things, positive changes in my life.
Hmm.
And I remember Miss Dominica teaching me a lot of things that I'd otherwise probably have ignored, So there was
Like what, for example?
like the
Like
poise
what?
aspect of it, the
Hmm.
poise aspect,
Hmm.
learning to speak. I mean, this is an ongoing thing, but you do learn to speak better.
Absolutely.
Then there was having, after winning the crown, there was having that responsibility of carrying a whole country like on your shoulders, showcasing
Yes.
our talent everywhere. Then,
Yes.
of course, the little prestige of being Miss Dominica. It's
Of
nice at
course.
20, 19 years old to be Miss Dominica. I
Yes.
remember something that stood out for me was that cruise ship berth in Roseau. I helped to open that. I cut the ribbon, and there was a baroness from England. I got
Oh,
to travel a lot. My God,
yes.
some of them were official trips, some of them were prize trips. I got to host the lottery. I I got, to connect with a lot of people. And then that also, being Miss Dominica also deepened my sense of national pride, so you
Mm.
become this ambassador and you
Mhm.
just feel that even today, even if I am no longer Miss Dominica, I still have that sense of responsibility. Yeah,
Yes.
so all in all, it was just an amazing period of time.
Tell me about the night.
Mhm.
Um, what when did you know that you were Miss Dominica? At what moment did it click? "Damn, I'm gonna win this crown tonight."
Oh, first of all, I was going on the energy of the crowd.
Ah.
And I just thought, okay, if Levie, you've done this one, if the second one and the next one, okay, if it's still like that, if it's getting better. So after the interview part, that
Mhm.
sealed the deal for me. I said, I feel I have a very, very, very good chance. Although anything, could
Absolutely.
have happened, but
Mhm.
I felt confident at that, yeah, at that point.
I'll tell you something, right? So I know pageants like the back of my hand. I know who won, you were coming
Oh,
after Francilia Agar, actually.
yeah, that's
Francilia
true.
crowned you. I know the whole thing. Okay,
We
Levy.
are we are still quite close, by the way,
Oh,
Francina and I.
wow.
Yeah, the pageant brought us
Yes.
together. That's a
So
good friend of mine.
you were the first Miss Dominica winner that I have ever seen jump up and down when you were crowned. Like when they called your
Oh my
name
God, did I
from
do that?
Salisbury, Levie Beaupierre, Levie started jumping up and down. I was like,
Well,
look at
oh
her.
well. How can I not jump? I worked hard for this.
I
I worked
know.
damn hard. I did a lot of things myself. I put
Yes,
together my talent sequence. I
yes.
designed my costume myself.
Oh,
I
wow.
designed my evening gown myself,
Damn, you had a blue
So
evening gown, if I'm not mistaken.
it was a blue evening gown. I mean, I had help in terms of, whoever sew it for me,
Mhm.
made the dress. Amazing. Kudos to them. My costume, the same thing. Pee Theodore, he's now gone RIP. He did a great job with it. And I had help with my talent. I had gone all the way to somewhere like Penville or, Vickers. Your memory is better than mine about my own pageant, by the way.
I'm
Yes. And
obsessed.
somebody helped me with my steel pan training as well. So it was a lot of work and there was a lot of pressure. Not many people,
Yes,
there are
yes,
people, I wouldn't say not many, but there are people who felt I wouldn't win. Sometimes people have their favorites.
yes.
So when it just meant a lot to me. So if I jump, scream, whatever, yeah.
Yes, you did. You did,
That
for the
was a
record, okay?
fitting, yeah, that was a fitting reaction based on all
No,
the work I had
100%,
put in. Yeah.
100%.
Hmm.
So w how did it feel?
Hmm.
You alluded to it a little bit earlier, but I wanna ask you very directly.
Hmm.
Um, how did it change your life for the year? How was your life changed after that moment, you being crowned by Francilia Agar, Miss Dominica 1993, you becoming Miss
93.
Dominica 1994? During that
Well,
year, how did it change?
it changed my life in many different ways because it made me, first of all, it made me more self-aware, You see,
Mhm.
because now you're now this role model. So you have to carry yourself with a certain level of dignity. I also was thrust into the limelight,
Mhm.
and you had the pressure of representing Dominica overseas.
Correct.
So I had to be more disciplined because now the competition is now getting tougher because you're going to compete with other queens.
Mhm.
And it made me, like so recognizable. I went from this unknown person from Salisbury suddenly, "Oh, the queen, you're the queen, you're the queen." Oh my God. And yeah, imagine my mom was a teacher at Kudibistri School, and she just had so many people come up to her. It just changed my life in so many ways. I got a lot of opportunities as well. It's based
Yes.
on that I did the lottery draw, and
Yes.
I didn't even do it for 1 year. I thought I would stop in 1995 at the
Yes.
beginning, but it extended to another 6 months. So yes, it was life changing and for the better.
So let's talk about that for a little bit, okay? Because again,
Okay, I can't
I am
remember much about it, but
I
let's
am a
let's anyway.
you were the first Miss Dominica to actually do the call the lotto numbers. Now, again,
Nope,
for
nope,
you were who
wrong,
was before you?
wrong. Francilia.
Francilia did it before
Francilia
you.
did it before me. Yes.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
so how did that come about?
We were friends. I don't know. So I guess it was just handed to me after her.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because
That's how it came about.
when I became Miss Dominica, I was told that this is not automatic.
Nope, not at all.
Not
It
automatic. So the lot of people had to like you
Yep,
and want
exactly
for you to
that.
do it.
Exactly that.
And that's what Francis actually told me. Newton Francis.
Yes. Oh
Francis.
yes. Newton
Yes,
Francis
yes,
at
yeah,
that
yeah,
time.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
he told me, I like you, Kamala. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is not
Mm-hmm.
automatic. These Miss Dominicas are coming, like as if this is automatic. It's
As
not
if it's
automatic.
their prize, one of the
Yeah.
one of the prizes.
Ah,
No, darling, as
oh
they
my
say.
God.
It's being in the right place at the right time. It's who you know, connections, and just
Yes.
maybe your presence. Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
And calling the lotto numbers also, what I think it did is extend you as a celebrity in the consciousness of the public because
yes,
you're now on TV at least twice a week
at
coming into
least
people's
twice a week.
homes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's just something that it was different for that genre of Miss Dominica winners. You know what I mean?
certainly.
It was an extension of what Miss Dominica does. Because sometimes the Miss
Mm,
Dominica, you're crowned and then you fall back. But I think with you, Francilia, that new crop in the 90s, it was like,
mhm,
oh,
mhm.
oh, you're doing more things, other
You're
things.
doing more things. I know. It would be nice now. Maybe they can bring it back.
I know.
Maybe, after this discussion, who knows? Maybe we'll now start seeing Miss Dominica's doing it again or participate in some sort of way.
Yes,
That'd be more
yes,
incentive. That's
I
good.
know.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Well, listen. I think the biggest incentive I did not have, and I
Uh-huh.
am quite jealous about it, to be very honest with you. No, I'm not
No,
even
you
kidding.
no, you had your own path. Look
No,
at
no,
where
no,
you are
no,
now. You're a
no. Let me
great
tell you.
journalist. So
No, let me tell you.
yeah, tell me.
Getting a full scholarship to a bachelor's degree, that's life changing for the Miss
But
Dominica winner.
so you see,
That's life changing. I did
we
not have
didn't have that. I didn't
no.
have that.
Yeah,
That was not the price back then.
I got a
So you
car.
see, so where you lost one way or where you didn't gain in one way, you gained in another.
Yes, yes, you're
Mm-hmm.
right. Okay, let me get to because we could talk about the pageant all day long.
All day long. And I
Let's
like pad. That's my special area.
um so you left Dominica
Mm-hmm.
pretty soon after you were Miss
Yeah.
Dominica.
Uh-huh.
Okay, like 1996.
Yes,
Um,
1996.
what caused you to leave Dominica? Why did you leave?
Well, think of it. Young girl, busy all year, going here, going there, doing the lottery, being Miss Dominica, And then all of a sudden, bam, lottery ended, and then I have to go back to normal life. Nah, I couldn't go back to my mundane, at that time it felt mundane to me.
Yes.
So seeing I had accomplished all that, I wanted more. I wanted to grow. So I had family in England. I've always wanted to pursue my studies. And that's when I did get a part scholarship. So I went to England based on that, just because I wanted to travel. I had traveled for the show, and
Mhm.
I had a taste of seeing the different places and mixing with different people. And I just wanted, it was not meant to be permanent, by the way. I just wanted to live temporarily to broaden my horizon and then come back.
So what made you what changed that caused you then to stay?
I became an accidental immigrant. I call myself. I got married. I got married and I had kids, and then it just worked out. It just worked out naturally, and I'm
So
still here.
once you got married, it was decided that you're not going back to
I'm
Dominica.
not going. It was decided, and yeah, that's it. That was it. That's the reason.
Wow.
Hmm.
So what did you study?
I studied business management.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it now, I would have probably gone for something else, but yeah, I got my degree in business management.
Very interesting.
Mm.
Now, um, I am interested to find out what was the biggest shocker for you as an immigrant in England?
So when I came to England, I was kind of shielded. So I wasn't, it, the reality had not dawned in at first. In fact, I had been to England before. It was
Mm,
for a short period of time. So I kind of had a little idea what to expect. And like I said, I was shielded. I was always in the shadow because I had family there. So they would do all the talking and whatever. So I didn't really tap into the culture as yet. But once I started to blend in and that, the first thing that he okay, timekeeping for a start. Timekeeping is like, come on, if somebody invites you to something at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Dominica, be honest, what time did you used to get there when you
at
were back
least
home?
6, at least,
Thank you very
at
well.
least.
Try that in England.
No,
Who
you
can
dead.
what?
You are dead.
Time is time. Okay. Come what may, jump through whatever hoop you have to get there for that. You must have a very, very, very strong and valid reason why you were late. I found that. And the queuing thing, it was like to a T, like almost robotic. Yeah, people took the queuing thing so seriously. And back home, maybe now it might be different, but back then it's like whoever can find a space to get to the front first. But the queuing thing, they have that done. They have that unlock. Yeah,
Unlocked.
so yeah, that was the main thing for me when I first came.
How have you adjusted?
Um, y- w- you don't have a choice.
Don't have a
It's
choice.
like if you want to make the best of your experience, yeah, you can either be stubborn, which I am, by the way. There's many things I decided, that is not Dominican style. I'm not doing it. And you learn the hard way. And
Yes,
literally, sometimes it costs you,
yes,
literally.
yes,
So,
yes.
you know, you, um, so I had to adjust. I had no choice but to adjust. So I started to be more open to the culture, more open to the changes, more accepting. I had to change the way I work, even in the workplace as well. I had to learn to adjust because I remember I was working in ministry in Dominica and I
Yes,
was a junior clerk, a typist. That was around Queen Shoe time. And if I
yes.
don't have things to type, I can just pull up talking to my friend. Was in England, I remember my first job was at a place called Argos. Argos. And oh, by the way, the Miss Dominica title helped me in early days with securing jobs. I used to put
I'm
that on
sure.
my CV.
Of course,
I used to
absolutely.
put that on my CV and intrigue whatever they wanted to see me. And yeah, so I got a lot of interviews by that. And I used to work by Argos and at Argos, sorry. And I was at the cash register. That was when I was studying and no customers. Of course, there, I'm waiting for my next customer. And hello, until the manager came. and was like, do you mind, going on the shop floor? Like she wanted me to keep busy. So I had to go and find TVs to straighten. I had to pick up little papers, customer, they just want you to be busy. So you had to adjust that way because otherwise you risk losing your job.
Yeah.
And like I said, just overall making life more difficult for yourself. So, but the adjusting part, it was like a process, and I had family here. So I had people that I could turn to call if I wasn't sure about something. And I had to adjust to all the different cultures as well. But like I said, it's about embracing the differences in people. Remember, I had met people during my time as Miss Dominica. So once I was once I opened myself to adapting, to learning, which learning for me is just, it's discipline. It's something that I was prepared to do anyway, despite the fact that sometimes I'm strong in my beliefs. But for the overall, good and for my overall development, I did that. I did that. I had to adjust.
So let me tease you about something with the
Yeah.
time, okay?
Yeah.
Because you are married to someone who is half white, half black, and half Nigerian.
Julian.
Now, if we think we're late in the Caribbean, the continent has us beat by 100.
By 100.
By
But not
100.
him though. Not him though.
He's
Stay
not
there
that way.
still. Stay there still. Mm. Look, I use our. You see why I tell you on dialect? You see? You stay there. Not this Nigerian. Remember, so I suppose the English side spilled onto him.
Right,
This guy gave
right.
me so much trouble for timekeeping. I'm lucky we're still married because that timekeeping, going to his mom, we live 2 hours away from the mom. And then we have to drive there 1 o'clock lunch. Who eats lunch at 1 o'clock? Not back in Dominica. Oh, yes, we do have lunch at 1 o'clock, actually. Yes,
Yes,
we
one
do.
o'clock is
Yes, no,
lunchtime.
one
Everybody
o'clock
goes
is
home.
lunchtime for real. Maybe
Yes.
I'm thinking dinner because I just had breakfast kind of thing. And then you should see me rushing if we get there 10 past one. Nobody is eating. I'll come and everybody will be looking and I have to give all sorts of apologies. Oh, no, no. And then I swiftly, so not this one. I'm sorry.
But is it facts what I'm saying though? In
Uh,
general, like the
Yes,
continent.
yes, very right. Because we
Bad.
do, because I'm part of the culture now, we
Yes.
do go
Yeah.
to a lot of Nigerian parties. We do have a lot of Nigerian people coming over. And yes, it is. So I blend right in, I fit right in that, in that regard.
My husband has
Uh-huh.
a a major, I would not say infatuation. It's a love for the continent. He studied his first degree. He studied in Togo. Okay, so he's very familiar
Easily.
with the African continent, and he's obsessed with the continent of Africa. So
I
he has a lot
love
of.
someone who appreciates their ancestral culture. It
No,
is
he's
so it
obsessed.
shows a degree of thinking. That's my personal opinion.
No, I'm telling you, he's
So,
obsessed.
yeah.
So he has a lot
Yeah.
of friends from there,
Mhm.
from Togo, from Benin and so forth. So he and Nigerians as well, especially based on his new position in New
Mhm.
York. So being around them, I was like, wait, what? These people are worse than us as
Yeah.
Caribbean people. I thought we were bad,
But so
but
where we get it
they
from? Where do you think we got it from,
exactly,
Kamala? Where?
exactly,
Tell me.
exactly. And that's exactly what he tells me all the time. He's like, that's who we are. That's who we are. That's us.
Mhm.
So yeah. But
Mhm.
let me move on from that. Now, one of the things that you told me um is that you were also shocked by um the racial tension um when you became an immigrant in England. I'm curious about that. Tell me about that experience coming from a country that is predominantly Black, and going into a country that is not
Yeah.
as an immigrant.
Mm.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so maybe I I didn't explain it the way I wanted to.
Okay.
To be honest, when I came to England, I didn't have many or even like memorable one-on-one issues with, like racial bias
Okay.
or racial discrimination. But like you said, coming from a predominantly Black country, I was suddenly aware of my color. Hello, in Dominica, everybody is like,
Yes.
you just see it as a Black country. You don't even really think of race. But then I'm coming into England and now I'm in a group. I'm a BAM or BAME, whatever they call them. I'm now a minority. I turn from majority to minority. But that said, it's not like I didn't see racism. I saw it. But at the same time, remember, it can be very complex, that issue. Because sometimes you ask yourself, that behavior, was it about race? Or was it cultural differences?
Mhm.
Because I have realized that a lot of the reactions that people get also is based on their behavior as
Mhm.
opposed to their race. But where you can see it, where it's more clear, is in the structure. Oh, you go in the workplace and you suddenly start questioning, why is it that it was so easy for X, to get that, and then for me, it's like I'm overlooked. You try and think of all factors, then you eliminate all the obvious, like you're working as hard, you're producing. What else could it be? So it's in the structure. You see it in the schools. You
Yes.
look at areas where you have a high population of immigrants, and then you see there's not much resources at all being put into areas like that. So it is there in England. It
Yes.
is there. But I suppose not that I didn't experience it, is my attitude
Mhm.
towards it. I am very strong in my identity. Okay? And once you have that, it is very hard to penetrate with your racism or whatever. It won't work. It won't, because I'm not defined by my race, but the
Mhm.
complete person. And I tend to get respect. So if you take that attitude, it's not easy to develop that kind of confidence
It's
and
not.
whatever, but
It's not.
it's all about self-love and
Mhm.
not trying to be someone that you're not, and not placing someone in any kind of like godly position kind of thing. Just recognizing that everyone is the same as you and we all have our own strengths
Mhm.
and our own idea of beauty or whatever. It's in the eye of the beholder. And once you adopt that kind of mindset, then you can deal with it. You can deal with the racism.
What was the most life-defining moment for you as an immigrant?
That one is hard. You're sending me deep now, Kamala. You're sending me into deep thinking. As an immigrant, my most life-defining moment, well, for me, I think it's, having my children and they being from like now not dual
Mm.
heritage, three
Yes. Yes.
different,
Yes.
So for me, that was kind of life changing because I was now not just responsible for my life. I was responsible for two young people, making sure that I shaped them in such a way that they were not confused about who they were, but they would see it as empowerment. So that for me was significant along my journey and
Very
to raise
interesting.
my boys.
So you have
Yes,
2 boys?
I have two boys.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Um, what ages are they, if you don't mind me asking?
No, not at all. That's gonna really match. My son, my old, the elder son is 25,
Oh my god.
and my youngest is 23.
You're a grown-ass woman.
A grown ass woman. I may look good, but I
You're a
told you I
grown-ass
give
woman.
away. There you now, many people probably thinking I'm 20, 30 years, 25, 30 years old, and
100%.
yeah, what you did.
Wow, that is insane. I did not know that about you. So that's
25. I have a 25-year-old man, and he looks like he looks
he
way,
does. I
yeah,
saw
because
him
he's,
before we got on. He's
yeah, he's way older than in his thinking and everything. He's just way older than his years.
wow, that's
Hmm.
amazing. So I'm also curious about how being married into a different culture, a different race, your husband is half white, half black. Like, how did that shape your own immigrant experience? How has blending into Nigerian, Dominican, like how have you all done that? And I'm also curious about how do you keep your Dominican identity inside of that household?
Um, well, in fact, I embraced it. I love it. So for the fact that I'm already open to it,
Yes.
it made it so much easier because I was feeling like I had the here and elsewhere experience, the
Hmm.
elsewhere being Nigeria,
Mhm.
and no longer did I have to rely on stereotypes. I was having the lived in experience. So provided, and it's the culture of my ancestors.
Yes.
So it just added more layers to my cultural awareness.
Yes.
So navigating it is no problem at all. The most important thing, I always just remain grounded in who I am. My culture is my anchor. That is rooted, and you're not going to uproot that, no matter what. So that's there, untouchable. But I can embrace parts of other cultures.
Mhm.
I keep my culture alive in my house. I play a lot of signal band. I sat in the garden the other day. I was blasting cassava, I was blasting signal, and I cook, my foods. I also take on a lot from my husband's culture as well. I don't do the cooking. I told you that because Nigerian cooking is an art in itself
I know.
because you have to get all kind of seeds in the world and blend. Oh my God, it's like a recipe. You need a recipe each time to cook a Nigerian dish. And not that I cannot do it, but I'm just thinking, just stick my chicken in the oven and just to be that it's easier that way. And thank God for me, my husband can cook anyway. So navigating it and also keeping my culture alive, it's just very easy. I live and breathe Dominica.
You
So
do.
wait, I even brought my props for you. Hello. I was
Show me the
anticipating
prop.
something. First of all, when I went home, this is my little, I don't know, I have a thing. So
Yes.
the screen
Oh,
thing.
I can
So I don't know
see.
if you can see that. This is
Yeah.
like, how you call it, one of those things where you,
Like a wait for waiting.
wait,
Mhm, mhm,
exactly.
mhm.
When I walk my dog, I have about 5 tissues.
Oh my
Mm,
god.
I'm a walking, talking poster for Dominica. Actually, I can support that with an anecdote,
Tell
When I
me.
was 10, if it's not too long, when I was walking my dog, I met this elderly Englishman.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people walking their dogs. I live next to very large fields. So I met him, and then I could see that he was trying to work out. First of all, he said, "Where's your accent from?" Because we always like kind of cross paths. I said, "So you see the accent as well? This
Yeah.
is how I
Yes.
hold my
Yes.
heritage, the accent. Where's your accent from?" So of course I went into the lecture mode. He got a full story. It's Dominican from Dominica.
It's not the
Do not
Dominican
confuse
Republic.
it with the Dominican Republic. The similarity in the name is where it ends. That's it. And then I said, you see how you're enjoying the greenery of the fields? Think of living in an entire island where that is all you see. On top of that, at the rivers, at the waterfalls, at the beaches. Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed there. I just went into, honestly, by the time I was finished, I know that's talking the man said. And by the way, I know we are situated, close to Guadeloupe, between Guadeloupe and Man. I never say that because a lot of people, because they are like still French colonies, many people do not know them. So I normally just say we are like 35 minutes by
Mhm.
air from Antigua,
Right.
or 40 minutes from Barbados. These islands are well known straight away. Oh, okay.
Yes.
But I met this guy again. And think about what the man told me. And I'm being serious. This is a real true story. Oh, I said, yes. Oh, remember you were speaking to me about Dominica? Well, I went and did some research and the Dominican Republic came up. But I remembered you saying that they're different. But the island, it's quite beautiful. It's really beautiful. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to do all the hiking at my age. But I'm going to tell my daughter. I'm going to tell my daughter and her husband because they might be interested in the snorkeling.
Oh, wow. He did his research.
He did his demand, and he's an elderly man. But he was so great. When I'd
Yes,
finished, he wanted more. He wanted to
yes,
know more. Where is this beautiful paradise that
yes.
she spoke about? And it's not the first time he's seen me with my t-shirt. I'm
Right.
always having different Dominica t-shirts and the way I carry myself. People want to know. They want to know
Yes,
more.
yes.
We want to see more of people like her.
Agreed, 100%.
Thank you.
People, so when do you tell everybody? Because as I do, okay, I can tell you, everybody where Dominica is, making the distinction at my job. It's now a running commentary, Levie. As soon as
As it
somebody says,
should be.
I'm telling you,
As
as
it should be.
soon as somebody says, "Where is your accent from?" Everybody else takes it up from there. They say, "She's from Dominica," and it's not the
They know
Dominican Republic.
it's public. You see? So you've got it. You're influencing. You've got a school. You've got a class.
Oh my God, it's bad. It's bad.
Unintentionally.
But I have a question for you on that.
Okay.
What happens, do you think, when one becomes an immigrant? When you leave your country and you go to live somewhere else, what happens that causes that you are boasting and bragging and telling everybody where your country is and what your country means, things that you generally were not
Wouldn't
saying
do.
when you were living back?
Mm.
What happens from your point of view?
I guess when you arrive, especially in a place like England, it's very multicultural.
Yes.
So you have to try and not become invisible, so
Yeah.
to speak. And you try and not, it's more important now to maintain your identity because all this influx of cultures and influences is very easy to start eroding aspects of your identity. So therefore, suddenly it's like in overdrive,
Mhm.
as is for me. No, I was going to say was, but still is. So it's very important. And you feel that your culture is also worth sharing. You can see the opportunity to promote your island, your culture, the Caribbean by extension.
Mhm.
So, and especially if you are proud, you are strong in your sense of self, you want to share that with people. So that's why you feel you have to, you have to sort of, you don't want to disappear. You don't want to just be like a face with no name, because
Mhm.
that's what you become. If you
Yeah.
start losing your culture, you
Yes.
become a face. They'll see your physical body, but where is your
Where's your rooted?
identity?
Where's
How
your
do they
grounded?
recognize you?
Yes.
So that's for me. Well, I can only speak for myself
Yeah.
personally. That's why I am started to have that even greater. I've always had it. That's not up for debate. But that's the reason behind it. One of the reasons behind it happening here.
Now, I'm also interested in your entrepreneurial journey,
Hmm.
as an immigrant. Talk to me about that.
Oh, well. So I was doing my regular job in human resources. I'm in the staffing side of things. And because of that, I was able to always communicate with people, solve a lot of problems. There's a little bit of strategic thinking involved. In fact, a lot of strategic thinking involved as well. And I've always wanted to do my own thing. That's my worst word in the dictionary. Yeah? Too many syllables for me. That's good. I always wanted to pursue entrepreneurial. 6 syllables. I had to take my time on that one. Entrepreneurial ventures. And I thought, I'm just going to build on these skills. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to test myself. By the way, the Miss Dominica helped me with that. It gave me courage
Mm.
and that independence. And
Mm-hmm.
I always just wanted more. I
Yes.
just wanted to do things my own way to see what I was capable of. So then I used that and I started a physical business in the town where I live. And it was in the cosmetics field.
Mm.
Boy, that thing took off. At
Really?
first, it really did. It really did. At first, it was cosmetics for, like people like me, Black people,
Right.
African people.
Right.
And then there was this whole new thing where you saw all these Europeans are now wearing clip-in hair extensions. Remember, it's cosmetics. And I thought,
Yes.
let me tap into
Into
that
that.
opportunity. And I started to change my posters on my storefront, making it look like just for everyone. And I just got a whole new customer base. And I ended up having a lot of Dominicans working for me, about 6 or 7 over the tenure. Yes.
Really?
But, with time,
Mm-hmm.
I had to make my business more efficient because
Mm-hmm.
I opened 5 businesses, by the way, Kamala, a total of 5 businesses in England.
You did.
Yes, it was, some of them were not running simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes because I got
Right.
so busy, I moved to bigger location. But at one time I had 3 running together. And then I realized I'm, stretching myself
Mm-hmm.
and trends were changing. I noticed sales were getting less because I was losing customers to new people. Once you do something and it looks like your business is busy,
I agree.
everyone comes in,
Everybody's
or you get
jumping in.
company like, what? Hello, another one open, another one. And
Yes.
then a lot of people were moving to online. So I had to keep up with the changing trends. So I then decided to move my business to an online third party,
Mm-hmm.
Amazon.
Yes.
Amazon. Why are you laughing?
You are welcome. You are welcome.
Okay, all right. Okay. So we'll just keep that between us. So I moved to Amazon and I'm there still. I'm still on Amazon, but I'm still also setting up my website because even with Amazon, there's a certain level many things are out of your control.
Yes.
It's yes. So I want to be able to run my business the way that I want to. So I'm now setting up my own personal website and I'm going to, well, not a personal website, it's just gonna be, like an
Right. Straight to customer.
store. Exactly. So what I will do, I will direct my Amazon customers to there. And I won't close the Amazon. That will always remain until they kick me out. They have a habit of kicking people out. You will just wake up and see account deactivated, verification needed for whatever. You'll give them verification a million times and a robot. I always say that to people, a robot will just wake up and this AI sometimes it's more trouble than it's worth. You'll just find yourself deactivated.
Wow. I did not know
Yes.
that.
Oh, you get it doesn't matter whether you are. Oh, you should have seen people crying in Amazon forum about 6 months ago in England. People who had about 20 staff relying, on that money. And Amazon just came up with something where they wanted verification. And of course, how they worded the things, because sometimes it's not clear because remember, it's a very, 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 very big company and a
Huge.
lot of it is automated, most of
Mm.
the processes, whatever. So it doesn't just suit everybody and there's not many people to speak to.
Right.
In fact, there's no human to speak to that is not maybe somebody that's reading off a template. I'm
Right.
going to be honest. So they cannot really help you when you do call customer support. So what happened? Amazon wanted verification. They just, from every single, if they had maybe 200,000 sellers on the platform, 200,000 sellers in the UK, we all had to provide, like our proof of address again, passport again, whatever. But just in case somebody is interested, you never know. There could be
Mhm.
somebody that's experiencing that problem now that probably, or maybe wants to join Amazon. If your address on your bill, on your utility bill says 10 this avenue,
Mhm.
New York, whatever. If it's in the wrong, let's say
Wrong
instead of your
order.
name being full, there's an abbreviation or there's a comma or something like that, It has to be whatever you provide has to match
Mm,
the exact details that you've
mm.
provided to Amazon. And how are we gonna know that?
Yeah.
So people stayed sweating. Of course, I was in the pile. I was in it. You should have seen me in the forum. I'm there. I am there. I'm seeing people saying I'm suicidal. No, this was crazy.
Oh,
But
wow.
I didn't really need it because I had my full-time job. But there's a lot of people, their life depended on it, their
That's their
livelihood
daily
depending
bread.
on that of others.
What do
Yeah.
you sell, by the way?
Oh, Kamala, anything I can. Once it can sell, I will sell. So I'm constantly researching. I'm constantly looking for opportunities. I'm like a little spy. I'm always there looking at what other sellers are doing. And I will just bounce. The minute you're out of stock of something and it's a general, maybe a generic product kind of thing that I can access, I will swoop in and I will get it. So it could be anything from it's mainly because I was doing a cosmetic business. It's mainly like cosmetics,
Right.
creams and that sort of thing. Um yeah, I've cut down a lot of what I'm selling because again, robots came in just looking for ingredients now because a lot of the things come from China
Mhm.
and a robot will just rain on my parade. I will just wake up and find item removed. Why have you removed my item? Oh, it contains an ingredient. They'll give you some kind of thing. You'll never understand what ingredient. And you'll probably have, so there are pitfalls as well. You'll
Right.
probably have 1,000 in stock. And just like that,
Right. It's removed.
yeah, you'll find yourself gone or not gone, but you'll just find your item just gone. So then you have to look for something else. This could have been a fast selling item as well. So then I'd have to go back to the drawing board again. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not what people think it is. But it's very profitable once you know the ropes.
Got it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
how
Mm-hmm.
there's also this um how can I say, almost like a misnomer. People think that when you leave your country, that you know it's almost like there is a tension between the people who are in Dominica and those who have left. What do you say to people, Dominicans who are in Dominica, about Dominican immigrants elsewhere? What would you say?
Um, when I go to Dominica and I speak to people, the thing is, for me, I don't really have that problem because it's learning to adapt. So when I'm home, I feel like I've always been home. We don't, to be honest, I don't speak to people a lot about Dominicans abroad, Dominicans in England, but we have touched, it's mainly about the experience. People will ask me about what is life like in England. Have I met other Dominicans? Is that what you're asking? Because I'm not quite clear on the
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Can
Let me
you
let me
like,
rephrase
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Sure, no
rephrase,
problem.
please.
Yes, let
Uh-huh.
me rephrase.
Yeah.
So, what I have found
Okay.
and what I've seen
Uh-huh.
is that, people talk a lot about the diaspora. Oh, those
Okay.
diasporans,
Oh,
um,
yes.
it's it's as if when you leave Dominica, that you left Dominica because you don't like Dominica anymore,
All
or
right.
that there
Uh-huh.
is some sort of um how can I say? It's I the best way I can put it is
Mm,
a tension. I
mhm.
think that there is with
Between.
Dominicans who live overseas
Okay.
and
Uh-huh.
Dominicans who live in Dominica. And I
Okay.
don't think that it is something that people pronounce on too much, but I think
Mhm.
it is there. I used to be a journalist in Dominica, so I understand
Mhm.
it. People
Mhm.
would talk about the people who are not in Dominica, that they want to have a say in what goes on in Dominica. Like there's tension between
Okay.
those
No.
who live
Uh-huh.
overseas and
Uh-huh.
those who don't. And what people think is in your heart when you leave the country, not just Dominica, but anywhere. And for this specific reason, the Caribbean.
Mhm.
When you leave the Caribbean, when you leave Dominica, people think, well, too bad for you. You're gone. So, you know what I mean? Like, what's your point of view on that?
I cannot think that's very unfair, by the way. because I do notice there's this pushback if you're trying to contribute. You literally just get ignored, or people just pretend to not notice you at all.
Yes.
It's like you almost have to be some kind of Facebook star
Yes. Yes.
for you to
Yes.
for you to get any kind. They call it relevance. They have a word. You
Yes.
want relevance. They like
Yes.
to say
Yes.
that. Yeah. But they should appreciate it's a lot of sacrifice. No one wants to leave their country willingly. I mean, sometimes it just happens for some people. Like me, I got married there. That's a different story. But a lot of people don't want to leave their country if they had a choice. So they need to respect that starting off somewhere else, it's not easy. They face a lot of challenges
Yes.
and they have to go through a lot. But at the same time, it's those experiences that make them, learn and develop and acquire certain skills that to be frank, that they haven't yet seen in Dominica, because it's a different environment here. It's especially here in England, it's more fast paced. There's so much happening in terms of technology, the education system. You have
Mhm.
many choices. You can achieve so much more. I'm not saying it's not possible if we don't build our countries, but we are not there yet. So for the fact that somebody has gone and done it, gone through all that stress, the grind, the whatever, we should be willing to give them a chance to add to the Dominica story, And I always say to people, as much as, okay, just in case I don't want to, yeah, I was just going to give them some advice.
Yes,
People
please.
wanting to travel. Is that
Please.
okay? Or is there going to be
No,
another
please.
question I don't want to
Please.
be answering? Yeah?
No, go
Okay.
ahead.
Right. So I always say to people, if you have to travel, then by all means, everyone has different circumstances. If you have to leave your country, by all means do. But you see what's going on now, even in England, with Donald Trump wanting people out and all of that. I would say stay where you are if you can. Build on what you have. Make your country, create opportunities in your own country so that nobody has to leave. Nobody has to leave and go. But please, supply, give us a chance. We love our country.
We
A lot
do.
of us, a lot of them are just looking for opportunities. They're just looking for work. That's normally what it is about for a lot of people. So give them a chance. They are Dominicans too. One flag.
One flag. One flag. Before we wrap up, Livy, I want to ask you about this because you told me about this. And I'm curious from your standpoint. You thought that there were some opportunities missed with, Miss Dominica winners. Um, what opportunities are you thinking were missed, and what can be gained?
Okay, so maybe it's not missed opportunities, and maybe I should have had the opportunity to bring that up a lot sooner.
Hmm.
But what I find is that through conversation with people, feedback, somebody's probably having a conversation with me about past queens. They're probably comparing performances and they're saying to me, oh, in this year, this lady from Layu, or, pulling up 2, 3 names. And embarrassingly, I don't have a clue who they're talking about. You even had to remind me that you were Miss Dominica 1998.
Yes.
I mean, generations don't know who came before. And the legacy as a collective stands, there's a risk of it being lost. I think maybe archives
Hmm.
could be set up, records where people could go and look up a particular queen. What year you won, probably what you were
Mm,
wearing, what you were
mm,
about, what you are
mm,
doing now. There should be a dedicated space for that, for these cultural ambassadors. We don't, we want it to continue. We are part of history at
mhm.
the end of the day. The Queen Show is also a very good product.
Yes.
It brings Dominicans together,
Yes.
Dominicans home and abroad. You only need to look at during the carnival season and Queen Show, people are engaging all over the place.
For
So they
sure.
could really improve on that by bringing in, involving the past queens a little bit more even just acknowledging them from time to time, that just ensures the continuity of the pageant. It gives the pageant more value. It gives the title
Mhm,
more value.
mhm.
And by that, you can get a lot more young people wanting to take part. And in that way, the legacy will live on. It will be a continued legacy for generations. That's my view on that.
I'm gonna leave it right there. I think that's a good place
Thank you.
to stop, to
I
end,
do too.
and to leave that advice for whomever needs to hear it. Whomever needs to hear it.
It's
Uh,
out there.
it's such a
It's-
pleasure. It was such a pleasure, Levie Beaupierre. You still carry your maiden name, by the way.
Yes, for pronunciation. Remember, I'm an entrepreneur at the end. I'm a little brand. So, yes, but
I
on my
understand it.
official documents, sorry, but my
Yeah,
official documents, I carry my married name. This is just like my brand name.
I get it. I get it. And it's literally the reason that I just go by Kamala Aaron.
You see?
There's
So,
nobody in the United States who's going to be able to say John Baptist,
Baptist is too much.
especially the way it's written, JNO. This
Mm-hmm.
it was
Oh,
butchered from the start,
simplicity.
and
Simplicity. You're proud of who you are. This is
I'm
just business. So,
it.
yeah, this
Yes,
is just
yes. So it's a
business at the end of
practical
the day.
thing,
Uh-huh.
but I have come to really embrace it, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
And also it's on all my documents. My documents, moving from a Dominican to an American, everything just has Kamala Aaron. So legally, that's what I have. So
Okay,
that's why
so
I have to
same
be
here.
proud of
Okay,
that.
so
So,
same with
so
me.
yeah, it's but I try to bring John Baptist in as much as I can, where
No,
it's
it's a nice surname,
applicable.
John Baptist. Yes, yes. That
But
one is
it was a
Aaron is
pleasure.
good, but John Baptist, yeah, Kamala John Baptist. That's how I knew you, and
Yeah,
that's how we
I
know
know.
you as Miss Dominica, 1998.
Yes,
Kamala 1998, right?
1998.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Before I
wow.
end, I'm going to tell you something
Mm-hmm.
that probably you've lost track on.
Mm-hmm.
So I really came into the consciousness of your family
Mm-hmm.
sooner than that. I participated
Mm.
in the Miss Teen Dominica in
Oh,
1993,
right.
and
Talk
your
to me.
sister,
Mm-hmm.
Lovell,
Mm-hmm.
was my chaperone as as she was a teacher at the Dominica Grammar
See, she
School at
has
the
a good
time,
eye. She knows talent when she sees it.
and she
Mm.
she was my chaperone in 1993. As so I
She
was
picked well.
around your
You
family, your
picked
other
well, she picked
sis.
well.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry.
So I was around your family during that time because of
Great.
being chaperoned by Lovell. It was a
Mhm.
great time. So I just wanted to add that in, that we have that connection
So you
in
see,
that way.
it's more. We are connected in more ways than I even knew.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
sorry. I knew that you were involved in Miss Dominica. I actually was thinking, is Kamala a past queen? But, I haven't been,
I mean, can't you
apart from
tell
your
that? Can't you
journal.
tell?
Yes,
Can't you tell?
yeah. Well, based on the look, of course, that's a queen right there. And I remembered vaguely, but like I said, we need to keep seeing those names being pulled up all the time because it's a lot of queens now. It's nearly
Yes,
how many people
yes,
since it
yes,
started since whenever?
yes. In the
See,
1950s. Yeah,
in the 50s, I was about to say.
yeah.
So, yeah,
No.
yeah, very good, very good.
But it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for pulling up to the Caribbean Immigrant, Levie Beaupierre, Miss Dominica 1994. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this episode of the Caribbean Immigrant. I am Kamala Aaron, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Miss Dominica 1998. Bye. Thank you.